the woman instantly recognized a small stone on the stall as an imperial seal carved by an ancient emperor himself. But the stall owner claimed the seal was worthless and said the real treasures were the old items next to it. The woman didn't argue. She calmly asked how much the seal cost. The owner remembered no one wanted it for $20 before. Thinking she was a clueless newbie, he quoted $200. The woman knew right away he had no idea what he was selling and bought the seal without hesitation. Just then an antiques expert nearby kindly warned her that the seal wasn't worth anything. The owner quickly added that there were no refunds, afraid she might regret it. What they didn't know was, the woman now had the power of treasure identification, and she clearly knew the true value of the seal. At that moment, someone in the crowd recognized her, mocking her for marrying into wealth but failing to have a child, and wasting her husband's money on junk. They claimed she'd be kicked out sooner or later if she kept this up, not knowing that the woman had already been reborn. In her previous life, she fell in love with her husband at first sight, and did her best to be a good wife and mother, hoping to win his heart someday, until she accidentally saw his vasectomy report. Only then did she realize he only felt responsibility toward her. No matter how hard she tried, she could never warm his heart. Soon after she fainted, and when she woke up, she had returned to the second year of their marriage. They were being affectionate at the time, but remembering the humiliation from her past life, she immediately pushed him away. The man was confused, thinking he had hurt her, and quickly apologized. But what she didn't know was, she was the one who was actually infertile. The man had known this long ago. To protect her from blame, he secretly had a vasectomy, and told her he was the one who couldn't have children. But the woman misunderstood, and thought he didn't love her. Now with a second chance, she decided to end the marriage early. Just as she was about to speak, the man got a call from the army and had to leave. He only reminded her to join the family dinner tomorrow, since Grandpa had always treated her well. She decided to bring up divorce after the meal. Before leaving, he placed a gift for Grandpa on the bed. She tried to put it away, but the gift accidentally fell, and to her surprise, she could see all the details of the item at a glance. This made her realize she had awakened a special ability, the power to identify antiques. The next day, she went to the antique market to test it. At one stall, she was drawn to an imperial seal carved by an emperor. This confirmed her ability was real. She didn't hesitate to spend $200 on it. The crowd laughed at her foolishness, mocking her for wasting money, not knowing their so-called valuable purchases were actually fakes. The woman stayed calm, and wiped off the dirt on the bottom of the seal, then asked the expert to identify the script. The expert was shocked to find it was royal calligraphy. The crowd instantly fell silent. After confirming her treasure identification ability, she was overjoyed, and started planning to sell the seal and buy a house, so she could move out after the divorce. Later she returned to Grandpa's house, and ran into her mean mother-in-law at the door. When the old woman heard she had spent $200 on junk, she scolded her harshly, thinking of how much the mother-in-law had bullied her in the past. The woman no longer held back, and coldly told her not to speak nonsense if she didn't understand antiques. The old woman was furious at being talked back to, and tried to smash the seal. Just then Grandpa arrived, and immediately recognized the imperial seal, saying it was worth tens of thousands. Grandpa was stunned, and began to